There's a lot to talk about, so let's get started. Good morning. This is Fred Mitchell, Chair of the Progressive Liberal Party, MP for Foxville, Minister for the Foreign Service, and today is Wednesday. It's the 15th of January, 2026. Majority Rule Day is past, and so we are in the home stretch in January. Thank you to all PLPs and people of goodwill who turned up at the national service at the Harvest Church of Pastor Mario Moxie, and then joined the memorial, the march to PLP headquarters in Farrington Road, and the memorial which came afterwards. Well done. And now I want to thank the team headed by Barbara Cartwright and Lula Mae Smith and Donaldo Harris who organized it. What was interesting on the day was, the first thing is Mario Moxie, who was the pastor at Harvest, is the son of Ed Moxie, who split with the PLP in 1977. And it appears that the leader of the opposition, Michael Pintard, and his other colleagues finally caught some sense and marked the day with a ceremony in the cemetery where Cecil Wallace Whitfield was buried, their founder. This is good propaganda. The FNM has been struggling to find a narrative that hits home with the public about their existence. Carl Bethel, the former Attorney General, wrote a book called Mighty Thunder, said to be the definitive history of the FNM. The whole idea is to suggest that democracy was saved by the revolt of Sir Cecil Wallace Whitfield and the Dissident Eight. Michael Pintard in the graveyard was pushing that counter-narrative. What we accept is they were all PLPs at the time, and we accept that they helped bring about majority rule, no doubt. We thank them for that. But try as they might about this counter-narrative. The first is, even at the height of its popularity, 40% of the people of the country did not support the PLP at the polls. So the FNM in 1972 and 1977 simply gathered the votes of the minority UBP, and that's how they saved seats. The FNM story is that the parties never merged, the UBP dissolved and joined the Free PLP to form the FNM, but the record, unfortunately for them, the public record, shows otherwise. In any event, by the time of the deaths of at least 3 of the Dissident 8 that founded the FNM, they were back supporting the PLP. So what does that say? It tells you something about the fluidity of politics, but it also tells you how alliances and interests shift over time. It also tells you the enduring strength of the PLP's contribution to the nation's history, bringing about majority rule under Lyndon Tindley, and no amount of FNM propaganda can change that fact. I looked into pictures for Adrian White, the MP for St. Anne's, who actually marched with us that was in January 2022, but I did not see him in the FNM's graveyard shot of Majority Rule Day. Where, oh where can St. Anne's be? Inquiring minds want to know. There's also an interesting narrative going around, and it's funny, about the boundary changes for FNM candidates. They're now known as runners. Dwayne Sands has run from Elizabeth to Bamboo Town. Shandon Cartwright has run from St. Barnabas to St. James. Darren Henfield ran from Abaco to South Beach. And Travis Robinson has run from Baintown to Fort Charlotte. They're scared because the PLP is coming. God bless you. God bless the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, across the country today. PLP all the way.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Honorable Minister Fred Mitchell, coming to you every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, bringing it to you, no holds barred, minute by minute. Until next time, do enjoy your day.
Our catastrophic healthcare fund has already allowed hundreds of Bahamians to receive life-changing or life-saving treatments and surgeries. 44,000 Bahamians currently receive free medications through the National Prescription Drug Plan, and we just increased the number of medications which are covered from 72 to 142. We are also expanding eligibility, so soon up to 160,000 Bahamians living with chronic conditions can access essential medicines at no cost.